Larry Summers on Columbia's historic settlement, a turning point for higher education. In a year marked by chaos and uncertainty in higher education, one event has sparked a firestorm of debate. Columbia University's landmark $200 million settlement with the Trump administration. While many educators and scholars are scratching their heads over the potential fallout, former Harvard President Lawrence H. Summers sees it as a rare bright spot. Yes, you read that right. Summers, a towering figure in academia, argues this deal could be the best day higher education has seen in a year. But here's where it gets controversial. Not everyone shares his optimism. What exactly is at stake here? And why does this settlement feel like a game changer to some and a red flag to others? Let's unpack it. The deal in question involves Columbia agreeing to restore funds tied to a Trump-era policy, a move that has left many academics worried about setting a dangerous precedent. Critics fear this could open the door for more political interference in university operations. Yet Summers, who once led Harvard through its own share of financial and ethical challenges, sees it differently. In a surprisingly candid early morning analysis, he framed the agreement as a pragmatic win, a way to stabilize institutions amid a volatile funding landscape. But here's the twist. This isn't just about money. It's about power. Who decides how universities operate? How much should politics shape educational priorities? These questions aren't anything but academic. And this is the part most people miss. The settlement isn't just a legal maneuver. It's a signal. A signal that even the most prestigious institutions are not immune to the tug of war between ideology and institutional integrity. Still confused? Think of it this way. Imagine a university facing a sudden budget cut. Should it bend to external pressures to reallocate funds, or stand firm and risk deeper financial strain? Columbia's choice and Summers' endorsement has ignited a debate that cuts to the heart of what higher education stands for. So where do you stand? Is this settlement a smart compromise or a dangerous concession? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get talking. After all, the future of higher education depends on these conversations. Want to dive deeper? This article was crafted by the Chronicle's team, including managing editor Evan Goldfein and education policy correspondent Eric Kilderman. For more insights like this, subscribe today for just $10 a month and unlock unlimited access to our journalism, job listings, and exclusive resources. Not subscribed yet? Sign up now to join the conversation. And don't forget to share your perspective with the editors. Columbia University's deal with Trump administration. Implications for higher education. Imagine a scenario where a prestigious university finds itself at the mercy of a government demanding concessions in exchange for crucial funding. This is precisely what happened when Columbia University struck a deal with the Trump administration, restoring federal funding and research grants while agreeing to significant penalties and conditions. But here's where it gets controversial. The university paid $200 million over 3 years and an additional $21 million to settle civil rights claims against Jewish employees, suspended or expelled around 70 students involved in pro-Palestinian protests, and promised regular reports on diversity efforts. Columbia claimed it maintained academic freedom. But what does this mean for higher education in the United States? To explore these implications, we turn to Michael Roth, the president of Wesleyan University, for his insights. In a conversation with journalist Amna Nawaz, Roth provided a nuanced perspective on the Columbia settlement. Roth likened the agreement to paying a ransom, emphasizing the distress he feels about the government's attempt to dictate terms to private institutions. He highlighted that such actions not only affect Columbia, but also threaten the independence of universities, law firms, newspapers, and TV stations across the nation. This is a concerning trend as it undermines the autonomy of civil society organizations. When confronted with Columbia's defense of the settlement, Roth acknowledged the university's need to secure funding for critical research, but criticized the broader implications. He pointed out that the agreement allows the government to intervene in academic decisions, including curriculum choices and disciplinary policies, which is a significant overreach. Roth further elaborated on the potential consequences for other universities. He noted that the Trump administration's tactics could force institutions to make difficult choices between compliance and principle, potentially stifling free speech and academic integrity nationwide. The administration justified the settlement as a response to anti-Semitism on campus, a claim supported by Columbia's Hillel Jewish organization. However, Roth questioned whether paying millions to the government genuinely addresses the issue. He argued that combating anti-Semitism requires addressing systemic problems rather than appeasing political entities. In conclusion, the Columbia settlement raises important questions about the balance between government oversight and institutional autonomy. As Roth emphasized, the implications extend far beyond a single university, touching on the broader health of American democracy and the future of higher education. What do you think? Should universities prioritize financial stability over academic independence? Or is there a middle ground that can address both concerns?